What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the RabidMining YouTube channel. Rabid here, and today we're gonna do some speculative future forecasting. So what does that mean? Nothing set in stone. This is 100% guessing, but we're gonna kind of run through, is it worth dual mining Ethereum Classic plus ZIL versus just straight mining Ethereum Classic? Because I did notice I did get a decent performance boost not mining ZIL, because that 1% that it does take away drops your average hash rate on ETC alone. So I kind of ran some numbers, put some things together to see what the future projections may look like if each coin hits a certain price based on the previous stats that they hit in the previous bull markets. And we're going to see if you do make more and actually how much. So stay tuned. Let's check it out. So actually, just before we go to some of the numbers here that I worked out, I do want to go through a few things before they actually end up in the comment section below. One, this is not financial advice at all. This is nothing to know. We cannot predict the future and telling what coin's going to hit what and when it's going to hit it or anything like that. This is just speculation, and we're guessing, and we have a lot of hopium here as well. So we're going to see what happens. I'm not going to any crazy prices, ETC to $5,000. No, that's not what we're doing here. I'm not looking like anything crazy, but I'm looking at some realistic pricing that these coins probably do have a good chance of hitting in the next bull run. Also, this is just documentation, things I look at to try to stay active and decide what should I mine, should I mine this, should I move to something else. These are things I do myself and numbers I run to see what I should be mining. So I just wanted to point some of these things out. Not set in stone, speculation, but let's take a look at some of these numbers and what they could be. All right, so I want to start off here by showing the ZIL rewards and how much it's estimating I'm going to be getting. Now, this is not entirely accurate. It's saying I'm going to get about 23.78 per day, but based on even when I was on EZIL.me and other platforms, as well as this one, it all depends on how many ZIL rounds happen per day. Sometimes it happens every 2 hours, sometimes every 3. You never know, and it's always random. So based on other pools, it's anywhere between 14 to about that 23 mark. But you know, when I do my calculations later on, I'm going to base that at around 18, a nice middle ground. So, but again, we don't know for sure because it does always change depending on when the ZIL round comes around. Now, moving on, I also have here is the ETC earnings that I am earning right now. So we can see my total average hash rate now while having dual mining with ZIL on is 2.97 gigahash, and the estimated earnings is 0.4077. Now this is pure 24-hour earnings. It has been running, it's done all the shares, it's a PPL and S logs totally full, and when I did my test, I waited over 24 hours before looking at each thing and before someone asked. Yes, network hash rate goes up, goes down. This is all within 5 terahash or so of each other, so there isn't that much of a network difference here between them all. I made sure all the numbers and everything were pretty close to get as close to accuracy as I could. And for a quick hash rate thing, here is actually the V1 Mini SE Plus, and we can see it's pulling an average hash rate of 405.6 megahash. Again, this is while mining ZIL as well as Ethereum Classic on FlexPool. All right, so now we're having a look at ETC only. No more ZIL mining, straight Ethereum Classic. And right off the get-go, 24-hour average, it has been longer than 24 hours. We're at 3.03 gigahash, and it's pretty average on the 6-hour as well as the 12-hour. Pretty steady here. We gained a little decent amount of hash rate. Now going up to our earnings, it's at 0.4172, up from 4.077 or whatever it was, something like that. So it's actually up higher than when I did my numbers. It was down a little bit lower. We'll look at my spreadsheet in a minute when I do all the calculations, but we are up on estimated earnings per day without mining ZIL. And obviously, again, you can see our hash rate. Now for a comparison, let's look at the V1 Mini SE Plus, and our average hash rate is now 423.2 megahash, with a 12 hours of 427, a 6-hour average of 428. So our hash rate has gone up quite a bit over when we were mining ZIL as well. So we are gaining hash rate across these machines without utilizing ZIL as well. But is it worth mining a ETC alone because of this boost? or should you still mine ZIL and gain that hash rate? Now remember, in my numbers, the X4Q here and the X4U, the two Jazz miners, they cannot mine ZIL. So if it was only the Ipollos here, the ZIL numbers would look a little bit better on top of it as well. So keep these things in the back of your mind as well. But let's look at the spreadsheet and kind of get an idea on what things may look like moving into the future, mining ETC only or mining ETC plus ZIL. So here's a little spreadsheet I did put together. So without ZIL, my daily rewards is estimated around 0.4168 Ethereum Classic. With ZIL, 0.4077 ETC, with 14 to 25 ZIL. Remember with the calculations, I did about 18 ZIL to have a little middle ground. Some days you'll have more, some days you'll have less. So after 1 year's time, 365 days, you would get about 152.132 ETC. And with mining ZIL, you would get about 148.81 and 6,570 ZIL. Now for the bull run, which is in 2 years, I just did it based here on 1 year. And I know hash rate could go up, hash rate could go down, but are you buying hardware right now? Are you getting more hash rate? Yes, as prices go up and stuff, we will see more hash rate move over to ETC, but hopefully we'll also see other coins gain value as well. So it's really going to be hard to say, you know, depending on how many miners are just shut off and waiting, we'll turn back on and so on. So right now we're just basing it off the current hash rate and difficulty. But yes, this number is set to come down a bit based on more hash rate coming back on. Anyway, in the bull run, I'm guessing $300 ETC and maybe around 27 cents ZIL. So that does work out to be, without any ZIL mining, straight ETC, $45,639 worth of ETC mined in 1 year. Obviously, we're 2.5 years to the peak. So you could just times 2 times 2.5 this, which is almost like $90,000 to $100,000 over the next 2.5 years that the hash rate I have could potentially earn. This is not with any power prices. Remember, this is if you have free power or something, you still got to take all that off to get that number. But this is straight out mining right now, what you would get in mining purposes. So now with the ZIL, it does work out to be a total here, just with the ETC minus that, not the total yet, 44,643, but you're getting that 1,642 with the ZIL, and that is 46,285, which is, you know, a little over $1,000 more mining ZIL if ZIL was to even hit 27 cents. Let's take a look at some charts and kind of see why I'm guessing 300 ETC and maybe 27 cents ZIL. All right, so first I'm going to start with ZIL and we're going to look at where it peaked. Remember, this is all peak timing. Now, in theory, you're not really going to be able to sell at the peak because that's the peak. There's no buy orders at the peak. Everyone starts selling at that point. So you're going to have to shoot for the 80, 90% or so. So maybe I should drop my numbers a little bit. But regardless, we don't know what the future prices will hit. In 2018, ZIL did peak at 21 cents, so not too bad. Then obviously, like everything, it goes down. And then in 2021, the next peak was hanging out at about 23 cents. So it only seen potentially like an extra 3 or 4 cents gain over the previous spike. So it didn't go up any massive amounts like some of the other coins did. So I'm guessing 27 cents here is what it could hit. You know, maybe 25 or 26 cents is more realistic. Or if a lot more money comes in and more people learn about crypto, we could see slightly more. So I'm just basing it off 27 cents. So that's where my ZIL number does come from. But again, you know, let me know what you guys think ZIL may hit in the comments below. So let's take a look at Ethereum Classic. All right, Ethereum Classic, ETC, the original Ethereum. And I still don't understand how they got named Ethereum Classic and Ethereum got to keep the name. That still boggles me, because usually when you fork a chain or whatever, you maintain the original name plus something, not reverse here. So somehow Ethereum Classic ended up as Ethereum Classic. It is the original Ethereum. The Ethereum which we know of now should in theory be called Ethereum something, and Ethereum Classic should be Ethereum. Just my 2 cents on the whole situation. Regardless, it is what it is, and we have ETC. So Looking back in 2017, we did peak around $41. I think it was 41, 42 or something. I can't. Oh, there we go. 42.68. And if we look at the previous bear run, it actually hit $127. That's about a 3x. So if we were to, 3x again into 2021, that is about $381. So almost $400 here on ETC in 2025 at the peak. So I'm doing a safe bet here, $300, $250, $300. I did the numbers at $300, but we could see upwards of $381 to $400. And if things really rocket and take off like something did with Ethereum, 5,000 ETC, let's go to the moon. That'd be absolutely awesome. Anyway, we're not talking about that. I'm guessing a safe bet is, there's a good high possibility that ETC could very well hit $300 in the next bear run. So that's where I did my numbers from. And that's where just 1 year of mining could make $45,631 mining it directly. And again, with the two, 46,285. And we're 2 years to 2.5 to that 2025 bull market. It will happen sometime around the middle towards the end of 2025. And we could, like I said, times this by 2, times it by 2.5, because we still have over half a year on top of the 2 years to hit that peak based on previous cycles. So, we're almost at $100,000 here mining that, which easily covers hardware at today's cheap prices. All right, everyone. So there we have it. That's kind of my price predictions on ETC and ZIL, as well as how much these Ipollo miners, as well as Jazz miners, will be mining. If you are looking for any hardware, they are pretty cheap right now. So check out my Ipollo link and Jingle mining links down in the description if you want to pick up something. But, these things will ROI themselves. And again, I don't know what the prices are going to hit, but based on what I think Bitcoin will hit based on what ETC has done in the past to predict the future, these are prices that I think are very safe bets on what these certain coins I just looked at will do. So let me know your thoughts and opinions on what you may see some of these coins maybe hit in 2025 at the bull run down below in the comment section. Maybe I'm close, maybe I'm not, remember, and I don't know exactly what they will hit. This is all speculation. It's a lot of fun to do these, and these are all within reason of what I think things will actually turn off and how I make my decisions on, hardware to get and so on. So thank you for watching this video, guys. I will see you on the next one. Rabid out.